Okay, yeah, this is a special video just for grasp on reality. This guy has to be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. I have a theory. I've laid it out many times clearly that I found reoccurring patterns and they cover the planet's surface. I track them down and I can prove that they exist by simply lining them up. And that's what I've been doing. But for the last 3 years, I've been trying to solve the creation of our planet because I know that these patterns are of the creation of our planet. It's that simple. So I get attacked by trolls because for some reason you're not allowed to have you're not allowed to figure out stuff on your own apparently. And this guy is the leader of them. I mean, this guy is a piece of work too. Listen to what he says. Okay, let me just see. What was the question he asked? This guy, when he debates, what he does is he asks like 1,000 questions that have nothing to do with what you're claiming, so that it's like he distracts you from your own thing, and then he tries to claim he wins because you don't argue his argument. And let me just tell you, this guy is such a moron. I totally told him, look, just ask me one question at a time. I'll answer anything you want, you know, because this guy likes to throw thousands of questions at once and expects all of them to be met, whatever. So, what did he say here? Oh yeah, he wants me to explain the fossil coral at the top of the Grand Canyon. Okay, I already told him, look, my discovery is of reoccurring patterns that cover the entire planet's surface. That's it. They're of the creation of the planet. They have nothing to do with the coral that sits on top of the Grand Canyon. So I answer him anyways. And check this out, okay? Basically, I just want him to answer one question: is if 2550, if at 2550 do these match right here?
Here
It's
it
that
is coming
simple.
in again.
It's yes or no. That's all he has to
You
do
can see
is
how it
answer
fits
if
every
that's a
detail
match or not.
as it comes in further.
Okay, yeah, so I ask him to ask a specific question then. So he says, it's about the fossil coral at the top of the Grand Canyon. For some reason, he thinks that's going to discredit my reoccurring patterns. They have nothing to do with it. They're they're of the creation of the planet. There is no life when the planet's being created. So anyways, so I answer him anyhow. And I let him know that his hysterical laughter doesn't make him seem crazy, because that's all. Every comment he starts off with this stupid laugh. Anyways, I ask him, I just want you to answer Mike one question, as at that where I just showed you guys, does it match up or not? And then I said, first I want to point out that the fossil coral has absolutely nothing to do with my discovery of reoccurring patterns that cover the surface of our planet. And they certainly don't prove the reoccurring patterns don't exist, and they don't prove that they don't align either. So I don't even know why he wants me to answer it. So second of all, these are sedimentary layers, which they are. That doesn't which that means is they don't know where they came from. They're sediment layers, but that doesn't mean that it sat at the bottom of the ocean. That sediment could have been put there by a cataclysm. It's that simple. An electrical cataclysm, a plasma cataclysm. So these guys, they act like they know everything, but they don't. They forgot. They left out the most important force in their whole judgment, and because of that, they have a giant hole in their understanding of this planet. But this guy doesn't know that he has a hole in his understanding, so he thinks he's right. He thinks that whatever. But in my opinion, the most likely reason I said is from a cataclysm. The other thing is your beliefs on fossils are formed. It's obviously. The other thing is the fossils that are there. They also don't really know for sure how those were created. So they can't. So there's two things that they don't really know 100% for sure, but yet the theory that they come out with, they 100% know that that's how it happened, right? It doesn't make sense, and science doesn't work that way. You don't you don't make facts out of beliefs. I mean, it's just so silly. I can't get it through this guy's head. Because they left out electromagnetism, the sedimentary rock that you see all over the planet could have been electrically eroded in a matter of days instead of millions and millions of years like they think with water and wind. And just like, if you go to Mars, you'll see that there's no water, but nothing but sedimentary rock and sand and stuff blowing around, but no water. So obviously they're missing a piece of the puzzle of what created, the features on Earth, like sand and sedimentary rock. And fossils too could possibly be done like immediately with plasma. Plasma can displace atoms, rearrange. It does all that. When you weld, it's like the same thing because you're transferring atoms. So it's not, it makes more sense that plasma makes fossils than millions of years of like taking a steak and burying it for millions of years, and then all of a sudden it comes out stone. It's not going to do that. It's going to rot away just like anything else. And it's just so stupid. And not only that, they found other artifacts in the Grand Canyon that don't make sense. They found fossilized hand tools that the the wood handles for hammers. They found fossilized also in the Grand Canyon. So these guys obviously don't know what they're talking about when they use mainstream science to explain things like the Grand Canyon. And besides, like I said, it has nothing to do with my art, with my claims. So this guy's a true idiot, and he never has done an overlay of his own, but yet he knows I'm wrong. And that's like the biggest mistake anybody could have ever made. Because I'll tell you this, if I was wrong, I would have found it out a long time ago. Wait till my next video comes out. I'm gonna shut this guy up for sure. Thanks for watching.